everybody. Happy Saturday to you. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Oh my gosh, we have such beautiful weather this weekend. No rain in the forecast. It's not humid outside. Sun is shining everywhere. Could not ask for a better day. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I'm not complaining when we do get the rain. I'm not complaining about that at all, because I know that you are in control of everything, and I just thank you, Lord, for giving us this beautiful sunshiny day. Okay, well, this is Book Chat, and I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore, and today's title is Be Encouraged, and the topic is the importance of self-motivation. Now, I got my my title from this gospel song that I absolutely love called Be Encouraged. And the song speaks about basically self-motivation, being able to draw confidence from within yourself. And, sometimes you have to do that because you cannot stand around and wait for someone else to motivate you. You have to have that motivated spirit within you to be able to get anything done. So that's what we're going to be talking about today on the show. And another one of my favorite scenes is from The Wizard of Oz, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I just want to, before we get started, I want to give out some of the URLs for those of you who maybe don't go to the go to Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, because I do put this information out every Saturday morning, giving you all of my websites and social media information, and also give you the heads up on what the show is going to be about. So let me run through these URLs right fast. Get yourself a pen and piece of paper, and I'll try not to go too fast, so you don't have to write so fast either. Anyway, so the first one is to my Spreaker account, and the show is broadcast through Spreaker, and that URL is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. If you want to touch bases with me on Facebook, that is https://www.facebook.com/Vivian E. Moore. If you want to check out my Pinterest page, that is https://www.pinterest.com/Vivian Moore 48. Now, on my Pinterest page, I do have one of my pages out there dedicated to writing. So you might want to go out there and check it out. All right. So and my Twitter handle is God's Property 46, and my Instagram is https://Instagram.com/God's Property 51. My website address is https://VivianMoore.wixsite, that's WIXSITE.com/author Vivian E. Moore. And you can also check out today's transcript on my blog page, which is vivianemore.blogsite.com. All right. So without further delay, let's get into today's show. All right. So as I was saying before, one of my favorite scenes is from The Wizard of Oz, and it's when Glinda, the Good Witch, and Dorothy, they meet at the end, and she tells her that she always had the power to go home. And all she needed was just to believe in herself. Well, that is the same thing that we're going to be talking about today. Be encouraged, the importance of self-motivation. The journey that she and all of her friends embarked upon was to strengthen what was already there. It is the catalyst for self-encouragement. We all need motivation, no matter how it applies to our daily lives. However, we must learn to self-motivate without looking to others to do it for us. One of the most devastating things that can destroy you from within is doubt. It takes up residence like a squatter, and it refuses to be evicted. The key to overruling this unwanted occupant It is to prove your authority over the trespasser. Much like Dorothy, the ability to enact your inner strength is by believing that you can. Nothing can invade your stronghold unless you lower your defenses from within. Self-encouragement is one of the most crucial elements for success. It outweighs both talent and skill. And if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will either. You don't need a hype man like a performer to stand before the crowd and build you up by saying all the right words. After the splendor dies down, you know what's left? The after effects of artificial stimulation. How do we overcome self-doubt and understand that it is an enemy, a destructive force that seeks in like fog, that overshadows visibility, and it destroys our confidence? One thing is trusting in your own abilities to overcome this self-doubt. And another thing is learning your strengths and weaknesses. Exercise is great for the body. We all know that. It builds muscle and it trims away fat that clogs the arteries and disallows blood to flow freely through our veins. Now, if bodybuilding keeps our physiques in tip-top shape, how much more do you stand to gain by applying this same technique to your minds? I have been a writer for a great deal of my life, and when I first started this journey of creativity, I was too afraid to share my work with anyone else because I thought that it wasn't good enough. And especially when I compared it to other authors of the books that I had read. I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe in prayer. And on my discovery to greater truths, I learned that only through Christ that I could do all things because of the inner strength that came through him. Now, I realized, just like Dorothy, that to build confidence within myself, I first had to believe. Then I had to step out on faith and believe that I could accomplish any task placed before me. Motivation from those who believe in us, it's okay. But we must never rely upon someone else to issue our daily inspiration when we can do this ourselves. It's okay to doubt in your abilities sometimes. We're human and therefore we're fallible. And situations often affect our capability to see beyond personal weaknesses. But when you tell yourself through self-encouragement, I can rise above whatever life serves me today, you can and you will. Yes, it is tough. And it is a heavy burden to move forward and past discouragement that sometimes comes from those around us. And often from within our own camp. And I know that's sad, but it's the truth. Because I remember when my first book came out, Room in the Attic. And, I had so many people cheering me on. But just as many people as I had cheering me on, I had just as many naysayers telling me that, that you're going to fail. Your book is going to fail. And, I'm like, all of this negative stuff. And I know what it stems from. It stems from jealousy, because, when you're in the limelight just a little bit, you always have those standing on the sidelines, like I said, some cheering you on, and then the others trying to stab you in your back as soon as you turn away from them. But, I didn't let any of that keep me down. I didn't let any of that discourage me because I knew what goals I had set for myself and what I wanted to do. Writing is my passion. And it is something that I look forward to doing every single day. And on the days that I can't write, I'm thinking about it. Because it's a part of me. It's like an arm, it's like a leg, it's like an eye, it's like an ear, it's like my hands and my feet. It is a part of me. And, it's something that I can't ignore. And I'm thankful for the gift because I know that that's a great a part of it, because those things that come from God, you are passionate about them, and and you don't let anything stand in your way from completing the task, the daily task that you set for yourself. And I try to do that. I have writing goals every day, and some days I feel as though I have not completed all of them, because life gets in the way. I work outside of my home for 8 hours a day, so when I come home, writing it's my first love, but it's like my second job. And so and I try to dedicate as much time to it as I possibly can. And like I said, I set myself writing goals every day, because when I come home with notes. Notes that I like to say, I'm filling in the cracks when I come home with notes for things that I've already written. And and when I'm at work, I'm working, but my mind is always on writing. And so I constantly go over the scenes that I've already written, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, now I should have said that, and I should have put this there. And so that's just part of my process. But you can't let obstacles get in your way, and negative thinking is one of them. So you have to stay encouraged. I want you to know that you are so much more greater than what you already know. But you must stay positive, and don't allow naysayers. I don't know why I have so much problem with that word, within your circle. Positivity is a driving force that keeps us headed in the right direction. Don't ever lose focus of where you want to go. Sometimes you have to be just like a horse that has blinders on. Sometimes we have to live our lives this way in terms of motivation, just so we can stay the course. Failure is a common reality. Determination is also. And how you relate to these two things is largely based on self-motivation or the lack thereof. Now, I want to leave you with these three core values of self-motivation. The first one is inspiration. The second one is motivation. And the third one is achievement. Remember, you already own the ability and can achieve it if you believe. Stay encouraged. All right, folks, that was today's show. I kept it under 15 minutes. That is my goal. And I like that I was able to do that, because I don't want to hold you too long, because I know that you do have other things to do on a Saturday. And at this very moment, I am cooking, because we're having family and friends day at my church tomorrow. And I'm also cooking for home, because the grandkids are here, and they'll be here all weekend long. So that means that I have to provide food for them to make sure that they get a good hot meal on Sunday, because they typically don't go to church with me on Sundays, because, well, they're not here. They don't live with me. They just come to visit. But anyway, and on that note, I also want to extend the invitation to anyone who may be listening to the show today, to please come out and if you know me, you know what church I attend, to come out and fellowship with us tomorrow. We're going to have a guest church there to step in and do everything that we usually do on every Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. I get just a little bit of a rest. Other than working in the downstairs and in the kitchen to make sure that everything is prepared and ready to be served once service is over. But take someone with you tomorrow, maybe a neighbor, maybe a friend, a family member, someone who does not have a church home, and so they can fellowship with like-minded individuals, and tell someone that you love them. Because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only day that you have. I love you. I hope that you love me back. Until the next time we meet again, God bless you and goodbye.